What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today we are here at the Autobahn in Germany with a lovely Ferrari, courtesy of Thijs Timmermans. He has delivered again. The man has incredible cars for sale, so if you're interested, go check out. Website is in the description. Go check out his Instagram as well if you want to stay updated with his current inventory. But he always trusts us to have a go in his cars, and that is because he is a true petrolhead. He just loves to share his passion for cars with us, with you guys. So yeah, big thanks, and go give him some love on Instagram because they deserve it. Really cool company. And today I'm going to show you around their 296 GTB. It is replacing the Ferrari F8 Tributo, which I thought was one of the best, if not the best, daily supercars out there. And I absolutely loved driving that car. But this is on a different level. We drove the SF90 recently, also courtesy of Thijs Timmermans, which was the V8 hybrid. But that car is much more complicated than this. It's bigger, it's faster, it has four-wheel drive. This is, believe it or not, more simple, even though there's a lot going on underneath. So today I'm going to show you around it. We'll take a look at the beautiful design, we'll take a look at the engine and stuff like that, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. Now, we've got the key here. Super nice. I love this new key by Ferrari, the yellow rectangle that you can actually fit in the car. So it has a little spot for the key, which is great because I always lose everything, so I can just place it in there nicely. And well, it's a lovely evening, so it should be nice and quiet at the Autobahn. We've got the sheep here. They are grazing comfortably, peacefully, because this is a hybrid, of course, so they are happy as well. This car features a newly developed 3-liter V6. Let's just go here, right? We'll just go right to the big one. This is the 3-liter V6 twin turbocharged engine that is all new. 120-degree angle engine instead of the 90-degree V8 that we had before in the F8. The F8 was still being produced when this was starting production, so people had like 2 years to still get the V8 if they really wanted to. And after that, this is kind of replacing, well, a decades-long run of mid-engined supercars by Ferrari, starting with the 308. Which is a long time ago. It's also been nicknamed like the new Dino because it's the first V6 since that car, but that car was basically a sub-brand, not a real Ferrari. So this really is the first proper Ferrari with a V6, and that is a big one. Linked to that is a little electric motor, 165 brake horsepower, and next to that is the 8-speed dual clutch transmission. So it's quite a compact powertrain. The battery pack sits right behind the seats, a little lower down as well. 7.5 kilowatt-hour pack that weighs like 70 kilos, I think. So of course there is a little bit of weight gain. This car weighs like 1600 kilos wet, 1470 dry, which is 35 kilos heavier than the F8 with the V8. But it is also a very small car. It has a small footprint, a very short wheelbase, shorter than before. So yeah, on paper this is a big one. So let's start at the front. The new design language by Ferrari, of course, very recognizable. Also kind of similar to the SF90, but a bit more friendly, I would say. This is a bit more elegant. I think it's a very successful design because it combines the modern Ferrari design language at the front with very classic Ferrari touches and details at the rear. So front-wise, we've got this gorgeous grating. Look at how that is shaped, how this all moves like a wave. Then we've got some cooling here. As you can see, it's been placed like almost flat. Little carbon splitter at the front. We've got another super cool splitter here. That is very cool. And I'm going to assume that we also have like those moving flaps and stuff like that underneath for underbody aero. Almost fell on my ass there. We've got this black car today. Now I've seen a lot of 296 GTBs in the last like 6 to 9 months, and they were all in a lighter color, so a lighter tint of red or yellow, and I didn't really like them. I thought they looked a bit like toy car-ish, a little bit childish maybe, a little bit, I don't know, not cheap, but not expensive, not supercar-like. This does. In this black, I think you need a dark color. I think this is a very, very good color for this car. Also, combined with all the yellow accents of the Ferrari logos, of course, I think it works really, really well. So wheels, tires, suspension. We've got these 20-inch wheels here at the front, 245 section Bridgestone tires. They are not the most sticky tires you can get on this car. You can go, you know, Michelin Cup 2Rs if you go for the Assetto Fiorano package, which is a track focus package, which gives you more downforce, a little less weight, and different suspension and tires. But you can go for a little bit more of an aggressive tire on this car because it can use it. It struggles for traction sometimes, also on the launch control, so I think it would really benefit from some more sticky tires, like a Cup 2 maybe, or a Pirelli Trofeo R. So, behind that we've got carbon ceramic brakes, of course, massive carbon discs, and we've got a magneto rheological suspension, which is like active suspension. If you go for the Assetto Fiorano pack, you get more conventional passive-ish dampers, different setup. Ferrari shield, of course, as well, which is optional, always like that. And then we've got a couple of very cool classic Ferrari touches. So we've got the air intake here, which is super nice, also very classic Ferrari. But then you've got this roof spoiler. The roof kind of goes down here, and then you've got the spoiler because you don't have a window that goes like that, right? It's just cut off basically. So they needed the spoiler for some extra downforce and aero management. And then you've got these rear haunches, these like hips, I call them. Look at how voluptuous they are. Look, this is almost like Ford GT style. It is so beautifully sculpted, and it really gives me like classic Ferrari vibes. 250 LM maybe, or holy crap, that ship is standing on its rear legs. I didn't know they could do that. Did you see that? Did you all witness that? I'm glad I've got the camera running. That was... Oh, here he goes again. Do it. Look at him go. Or her, I should say. Cool sheep. Freaking circus sheep here. Okay, anyway, I keep saying we need to do something with animals because I always get distracted by animals during these reviews. So yeah, really classic Ferrari. These haunches, so cool. And then rear wheels, let's check these out as well. We've got a 305 at the rear and a 20-inch as well. So quite a big slab of rubber. Beautiful rear end here with these super modern lights. Very, very clean. And we've got a little movable gurney flap here, a little spoiler. We've got the exhaust, the center exit exhaust also looks super cool, especially the contrast with all the black. Beautiful carbon diffuser, all the grating. I love the fact that you can see everything. You can also see some cables running there. You can see part of the gearbox. It's got an e-diff as well, of course. So let's take a look at the engine. There we go. Gorgeous glass bonnet basically. If you go for the Assetto Fiorano pack, you get a Lexan like plastic version, which is the main weight saver of that package. Gorgeous carbon here, the engine nice and deep, low in the car. You can barely see the top of the engine there. The most beautiful thing now is this like heat shielding. Previously it would have been like the valve covers, but yeah, you don't see them. You can also see the angle of the engine is 120 degrees, and then the turbos are located inside the V of the engine for better throttle response. As I said, 3-liter V6 twin turbo, and the turbos are basically the same as on the SF90, but these have smaller turbines, so that means they spin up to like 180,000 RPM. They have quicker response, they're more efficient as well. So it is an absolute weapon, this car, and that is mainly down to this engine and this hybrid drivetrain. You can also drive fully electric, so up to 135 kilometers an hour, and range is like 24 kilometers if I'm not mistaken. So you can do a little bit of city driving. You can charge them up quickly using the engine as well. So if you're coming up to a town or anything like that and you want to do that electrically, you can charge it up quickly, so you can really use it. It's not you know, massive range, but it's not really meant to do long distances just with the electric power. So that covers the exterior. Engine wise, can't believe I forgot that, but total power output 830 horsepower, 740 newton meters of torque. So interior wise, very nice spec again, lot of carbon fiber and black leather. We've got the, I don't know if they're still called Corsa seats, but like the proper carbon buckets. As you can see, that is gorgeous, beautifully shaped. Not the most comfortable seat, of course, but a very nice racy look. A lot of black leather, yellow stitching, Alcantara, carbon fiber on the doors as well. And then you've got a little carbon here with a passenger display. It's a nice center stack here with your gear selector, which is also inspired by classic Ferraris. And then you've got your cockpit right here. Now, as you probably have seen before, everything revolves around this cockpit, the steering wheel and the screen and the setup behind that. Everything is here. You don't really have anything else. This is it. And although it's really busy, there's a lot going on, but if you get used to it, it actually works pretty well. It's just a lot to take in at first, I have to say. Steering wheel. We've got all our driving modes, the traction control modes, and this engine start stop. So that is started up in hybrid mode. So it's fully electric. Oh, let me just turn it on and you guys can hear the sound, because the sound is pretty freaking epic. They apparently used unequal length exhaust manifold parts to get this high-pitched sound, because they wanted it to sort of feel like a baby V12, and well, they've succeeded. It sounds super cool, I think. At least I think it sounds better than the V8, but I'll let you guys judge that for yourself. So gearbox in first gear. We've got qualifying mode activated there, and traction control is in, what is that, CT off mode, so it lets you play around a little bit. It's still managing everything. Of course, Ferrari has, you know, some of the most advanced driver electronics basically of all manufacturers, and it works really well again. So manual mode for the gearbox, which is lightning quick. And let's do a little sound check. So first gear. Doesn't that sound crazy? I think that sounds super good. It sounds clean. It sounds racy, it sounds a little bit futuristic even, but also at the same time kind of classic. You've got a little turbo blow off. Oh, that sounds really good with the window down. So you've got that combination between like a little bit of an electric hum in the background and just old school V6 turbo sound, which I think works super well. What also strikes me is the blending of all the power. So basically everything happens so well that you don't really feel that everything is happening, if that makes sense. So it's a super complex car, this. There's a lot happening underneath, but I don't feel any of it. It's just doing everything so well. Let's do a launch, that you don't feel anything. And that's what I meant when I said this feels more simple than an SF90. Launch control. So little tire, squeal. Oh, and then second gear hooks up, but third gear is so strong. It just absolutely catapults you. Oh. So I think this is like, I think an evolution of the powertrain, basically of the concept of the powertrain in the SF90. And I think it works a lot better in this car. It really does. The SF90 It's mind-bendingly quick, but also kind of scary sometimes, and that is mainly because you don't really feel what is happening. You don't know what to expect. With this car, you just have rear-wheel drive, 830 horsepower on those rear wheels, and it, for some reason, it just feels so much more predictable than that four-wheel drive SF90. It really feels like a, I don't know, like a super modern interpretation of a classic supercar, and I love that. Okay, so we're going back to automatic mode for the Autobahn, qualifying mode. Oh, every gear shift, it feels like it goes faster. It's something I think only McLaren and Ferrari are able to do. Oh, full throttle. Oh, that is ridiculous. What the hell? That is nuts. That is totally nuts. I don't even know what that was, but that was like 320 plus already, and I haven't even hit this corner yet. Oh, and it feels so incredibly stable. Little dip there when I release the throttle. Thank you. But it feels incredible. It feels tied down. It feels nimble and agile, but at the same time stable and trustworthy. 100 to 200, 4.4 seconds, which is just crazy as well. 0 to 100 claimed by Ferrari 2.9, we did 3.07. But as I said, if you have a stickier tire on here, it will do better, because it loses a little bit of momentum on that launch. But what an outrageous car. It also feels very doable as a daily. It feels comfortable. It's quiet, it's refined, it's basically everything all at once. It's just nuts. Even though it is hella expensive, it is like insanely expensive, way more expensive than the F8, which kind of threw me off when it came out. I kind of get it, because it feels like a lot. Oh, that's a fucking 6-gear pull. Holy moly. It kind of feels like Ferrari threw everything they had at this and like went, okay, we need to now blow everything else out of the water. It feels playful and it feels next level, really. Look at this, look at it go. This is like already fast, accelerating to crazy fast. That is just ridiculous. Stop it. Oi, oi, oi. The cabin is a little bit cramped, I would say, especially for like a freak like me who's way too tall, but you know, there's not a lot of storage. It's not like a GT supercar. It's not like a Porsche 911 Turbo S, something you can take on a holiday and take all your crap with you. This is more, I don't know, it's like between a track day and a Turbo S. It's a very special thing. what it feels like? It feels like a GT3 with 830 horsepower or something like that. It's super agile. It has a really quick turn in. Of course, we have super quick steering, as we know from Ferrari, but the nose also feels very light, and then oh, it just shoots off into the distance. It is relentless. So that's 340. We have to let off here because they're working. Have to slow down a little bit. So we've got a little flyby for you guys. So the season of evening runs on the Autobahn has begun, but also the GoPro overheating season. So yeah, I hope I got everything. This car is freaking amazing. It is crazy. One of the best supercars ever made, probably. And the hybrid drivetrain just adds fun. It adds pleasure, driving pleasure. It means that the car feels light and nimble and agile, and it works together so well. It is very, very, very impressive. So big thanks to Thijs Timmermans for letting us have a go in this gorgeous 296. It is for sale, as I said. He's got some other very cool cars, so go take a look. And I hope to catch you in the next video. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video on the right or this playlist on the left. See you at the next one. Bye.